Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the official English channel. We're really happy to have you with us today.
Yes, welcome. It's great to see you here again. We hope you're having a good day wherever you're watching from.
Today's lesson is for beginners who want to talk about something very important in everyday life. We're going to talk about jobs. More specifically, how to talk about your job, your daily work, and your plans for the future in simple English.
That's right. This topic comes up all the time in real life. When you meet someone new, one of the first questions they usually ask is, "What do you do?" If you can answer that question clearly, you immediately feel more confident.
Exactly, and confidence is very important when learning English. You don't need difficult words, you just need clear sentences and a little practice.
Before we begin, we just want to say thank you to everyone who supports this channel. When you share our videos and watch regularly, it really helps us continue making lessons like this.
Your support is like fuel for us. Just like you need energy to work every day, we need encouragement to keep teaching. So thank you for being here.
All right, Sophia, are you ready to start talking about work?
I am. Let's jump right in.
Okay, imagine this situation. You meet someone for the first time, maybe at a party, a class, or even online. They smile and ask you, "What do you do?" How can you answer?
The simplest way is to say your job name. For example, you can say, "I'm a teacher," or "I'm a student," or "I'm a driver." Short and clear.
Yes, very simple. You can also say, "I work as a," and then say your job. For example, "I work as a designer," or "I work as a shop assistant."
Right. John, what do you usually say when someone asks about your job?
I say, "I'm an English teacher. I help people learn and practice English."
And I usually say, "I'm a presenter and I also create learning content." That means I help make videos and lessons for learners.
Sometimes people also want to know where you work. In that case, you can say something like, "I work for a company," or "I work for a small business."
Or if you don't work for a company, you can say, "I work for myself," or "I'm self-employed." That means you are your own boss.
That's a great feeling for many people. Being your own boss means you make your own decisions.
Now, after your job title, people often want to know what you actually do every day. This is where you talk about your responsibilities.
Yes, responsibilities are the things you do as part of your job. For example, you can say, "I help customers," or "I answer emails," or "I teach classes."
A very useful sentence is, "I'm responsible for." For example, "I'm responsible for training new staff," or "I'm responsible for managing social media."
Another easy phrase is, "My main task is," so you could say, "My main task is to prepare lessons," or "My main task is to check orders."
Exactly. These phrases help you explain your job clearly without using difficult grammar.
Here's another helpful sentence. A typical day at work looks like this. Then you describe what usually happens during your workday.
For example, I could say, "A typical day at work looks like planning lessons, recording videos, and answering messages from students."
And I could say, "A typical day at work looks like teaching classes, preparing materials, and helping students with questions."
Now, let's pause for a moment. If you're listening right now, think about your own job or your studies. Can you describe what you do in just one sentence?
Try saying it out loud. Even if you make a mistake, that's okay. Speaking helps your brain learn faster.
All right, let's continue. Now we're going to talk about your daily work routine. This means what you do from the start of your workday to the end.
A good place to start is the time. You can say when you start and when you finish work. For example, I start work at 8 a.m. and finish at 4 p.m.
Or I start work at 9 in the morning and finish in the evening. You don't need exact times if you don't want to.
After that, you can talk about what you do first. Many people say something like, "In the morning, I check my emails."
Yes, that's very common. You can also say, "In the morning, I attend a meeting," or "In the morning, I prepare my tasks for the day."
Then you can describe your main work. For example, "After that, I work on my main tasks until lunch."
Lunch is another easy detail to add. You can say, "I usually have lunch at 1 p.m.," or "I eat lunch with my coworkers."
These small details make your story feel more real and more interesting.
In the afternoon, many people say they continue working, attend more meetings, or finish tasks. For example, "In the afternoon, I answer more emails and complete my work."
Then you can end with when you finish. I usually finish work around 5 p.m. That's a complete daily routine.
Let me give a full example. Every morning, I check my emails and plan my tasks. Then, I work until lunch. In the afternoon, I attend meetings and finish my work. I usually finish around 5 p.m.
That sounds very clear. My routine is a little different. In the morning, I prepare my lessons, then I teach students. After lunch, I teach more classes and talk with other teachers. I finish work in the late afternoon.
Both examples work well. The key is to keep it simple and logical.
Think of your workday like a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. When you explain it this way, people can easily understand you.
Now let's move on to another important topic, your work environment. This means the place and situation where you work.
Today, many people work in different ways. Some people work in an office, others work from home. Some people do both.
If you work from home, you can say, I work remotely, or I work from home.
If you go to an office, you can say, I work in an office in the city, or I work in an office downtown.
And if you do both, you can say, I have a hybrid job. That means some days you work at home and some days you go to the office.
Some jobs are not in offices at all. For example, builders, delivery drivers, or park workers often work outdoors.
In that case, you can simply say, I work outdoors.
Now let's talk about the feeling at work. Is your workplace formal or relaxed?
A formal workplace usually has strict rules. People may wear business clothes and follow a schedule very carefully.
An informal workplace is more relaxed. People might wear casual clothes and speak more freely.
My work environment is usually informal. I feel comfortable, and that helps me be creative.
Mine too. A comfortable environment helps people do their best work.
Another important part of the work environment is the people you work with.
Yes, you can talk about your coworkers. For example, my coworkers are friendly, or I work with a small team.
Some people even say, my team feels like a family. That means they work closely and support each other.
There are also some useful words related to work that are good to know. For example, deadline. A deadline is the time when something must be finished.
Another word is boss. Your boss is the person who manages your work.
A client is a customer or a company you provide services to.
And flexible hours means you can choose your start and finish times within certain limits.
These words help you sound more natural when talking about your job.
Now let's talk about how you feel about your job. This is called job satisfaction.
Sophia, do you enjoy your job?
I really do. I enjoy my job because it's creative and I get to help people learn every day.
That's a great way to explain it. You can say, I like my job because it's interesting, or I enjoy my job because the people are nice.
You can also talk about what you like the most. For example, what I enjoy most is helping others.
And it's okay to talk about things you don't enjoy as much. For example, what I enjoy least is paperwork, or what I enjoy least is long meetings.
Every job has good and difficult parts. Talking about both makes your English sound honest and real.
Some people don't enjoy their job and want to change. In that case, you can say, I'm looking for a new opportunity.
Or, I want a job with better hours. Or, I want a job closer to my home.
You can also say, my job can be stressful sometimes, but I like the people I work with.
When you talk about your feelings this way, you're not just practicing English, you're sharing your personal story.
Now let's talk about the past. Many people ask about previous jobs.
You can start by saying, I used to work as, for example, I used to work as a cashier, or I used to work in a small company.
You can also say, before this job, I was a student, or before this, I worked part-time.
Talking about past jobs is a great way to show experience.
You can also say what you learned. For example, in my last job, I learned how to talk to customers.
Or, I learned how to work in a team, or I learned how to manage my time better.
These sentences show growth and skills, which are very important for your future.
And now, let's look ahead and talk about the future.
This is the exciting part, talking about dreams and goals.
You can start with, in the future, I want to, and then describe it.
In the future, I want to start my own business.
Or, I'd like to become an expert in my field.
You can also talk about skills. For example, I want to improve my English, or I want to learn new technology.
And finally, your dream job. You can say, my dream job is to, and then describe it. My dream job is to travel and teach English in different countries.
My dream job is to create content that helps and inspires people around the world.
Now it's your turn. Think about your dream job and say it in English. Even a simple sentence is powerful.
Speaking your goals out loud makes them feel real.
Before we finish, let's talk about how to ask others about their jobs.
The easiest question is, what do you do?
After that, you can ask, do you like your job?
Or, how long have you worked there?
You can also ask, what is a typical day like for you?
These questions help you have real, friendly conversations.
We've talked about a lot today, from describing your job to talking about your future goals.
The most important thing to remember is practice. The more you talk about your work in English, the easier it becomes.
Work is a big part of life. When you can talk about it confidently, you connect better with people.
And connection is what language is all about.
Before we go, we'd love to hear from you. What do you like most about your job?
And if you don't have a job yet, what is your dream job?
Leave your answer in the comments and keep practicing.
Thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you in the next lesson, right where we left off, as we continue exploring how English fits into your daily life.